Alright, so this problem from yesterday. Let's say I wanted to solve this using a graph. Could I do that? Yeah. Totally good.
What is this?
Example number 3. If this will ever come up. Okay. All right. So this line, you can't see any of that. All right, so this line had a slope of 3/2, right? And went through the point 4, 0. So first thing I'm going to do is plot the point that I know. A lot of you created this equation, okay? And I can see where you got that from. You just pulled the 4 from this point. However, this point is not your y-intercept, it's your x. Okay? You only have your y-intercept when your x value is equal to 0. In this case, your x value is equal to 4, so it wasn't accurate. Okay, so I can kind of see where you got that from. That's why you should always either graph it or plug it into the equation and solve. So, do I have a positive or a negative slope?
Positive.
Positive. So I can increase by 3, increase by 2. Or I could decrease by 3, decrease by 2, decrease by 3, decrease by 2. Have I on my y-intercept?
Yes.
What is it?
Wait.
So this is -5. So that's -5. So -6.
Wait, wouldn't it be -5?
So it's 1 below that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6. I know, that's why I said that this red line is the -5. So I can connect these points, right, show that it goes on forever and ever, and label it. Okay, you guys had, most of you put +4 at the end of it, kind of mixing up your x and your y-intercepts. Be very, very careful of that, okay? But I see why you did it. Just be careful not to do that. If I were to solve this using the equation, right? What did I say the slope was? 3/2? Okay. So if I wanted to solve this by substituting value in, do I have a y value? Do I have a y value? What's the y value? 0. Okay, I got that from my ordered pair. What's my slope or my m value? Huh? What's my slope? 3/2. What's my x value? 4. Got that from my ordered pair. And I'm not sure yet what my b value is. Now, from our graph, what should we get? From our graph. So we should get -6. Let's see if that holds true. So I've got y is 0. Notice how I'm substituting values in. Slope, or m, is 3/2. X is 4 plus b. Off here to the side, I can do 3/2 times 4 over 1, which is 12 over 2, which equals 6. Right? So I have 0 equals 6 plus b. What do I do to get b by itself? I'm not going to subtract -6. I'm just going to subtract 6. Because subtracting -6 would really be adding it. We don't want to do that. So we'd have -6 is equal to b. Did I still get the same equation that I got from my graph? Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So how many of you guys like the graphs? You guys really like that? It really helps you see. Okay, how many of you guys like the equation? You like substituting in? Let's do a few more examples then. So I want you to create a linear function that has a slope of 1/2 and goes through the point 2, 8. Okay? So has a slope of 1/2 and goes through the point 2, 8. I want you to try this out either by using your graph or by doing it algebraically. I want you to come up with the equation that you would get for this. I don't care if you use the graph. I don't care if you use an equation. Okay? Your y-intercept will fit on this graph that you have. Okay? So I'm going to give you about 3 to 5 minutes or so to see if you can figure it out. Ready, set. How many of you guys graphed? How many of you guys graphed? All right, I want to volunteer to come on up. That's not going to work. That one will. I'd like a volunteer to come on up and show us how you solve this by graphing. And I'll go ahead and write the slope up here for you. And then the point was 2, 8. All right, so I need a volunteer that graphed it. Finley!
Yeah.
Amen.
Hey, I'll go up for the equation.
I'll go up for that.
All right, Finley, tell us what you did first.
Well, I found where 8 to 2 was.
I need everybody to be quiet.
Yeah, guys.
I need everybody to be quiet. Finley, how'd you do this?
Well, found where 2, 8 is.
Okay, so start by plotting the point 2, 8. Beautiful.
And then
No.
Wait.
No. Nope. So Finley started off right with the point 2, 8. But the point that he just graphed had a slope of 1. Our slope is 1/2. So we increase on our y-axis by 1 and increase, on our x-axis by 2. And you can also decrease by 1 and decrease by 2. So let's fix it. So decrease by 1, decrease by 2. Plot a point.
right.
Make it nice and big, 'cause I can't barely see that. Cool. Do we have our y-intercept now?
Yeah.
What is it? 7. So can we create our equation? What's that equation going to be, Finley?
This is actually making more sense.
Y equals 1/2 x plus 7. How many of you guys got that?
Yeah.
How many of you guys did it algebraically and still got that?
I did.
Cool. So, okay, I need somebody to come up here that did this algebraically. Evan. All right, so substitute 8 in for y, 1/2 in for m, 2 in for x, and we are not sure what b is, so we just add plus b. Cool.
So half of 2 is 1.
Half of 2 is 1.
And if you want b by itself, you gotta subtract 1.
All right, we have to subtract 1 from both sides. And did we still get b is equal to 7? So did we still get the same equation? So does it matter which method you use? All right, so we found that that was y equals 1/2 x plus 7. All right, try one that's actually going to be nice. Okay. I want you to create the linear equations function for a line that has a slope of 2 and passes through the point -2, -4. I'll give you 3-ish minutes to do this. Ready, set, go. So I'm going to solve this algebraically. Do I have a y value? -4 is my y value. Jacob, please pay attention. Do I have an n value or a slope?
Yes, 2.
2. Or 2/1, same thing. Do I have an x value? -2. Do I know my b value? So, now can I take and substitute values in that I know?
Yes.
What am I substituting in for y? -4. What am I substituting in for m? 2. What am I substituting in for x? -2. And I don't know b. What is 2 times -2? -4. Now, I have a bunch of you trying to -4 again, which, that's fine, but you're just making more work for yourself. I want to get this to be 0 on this side. I want b to be by itself. How do I get b by itself?
Subtract 1 on each side.
No, I'm not going to subtract 4. If I subtract 4, I'm going to end up with -8.
I'm going to
Add 4. So over here, -4 plus 4 is b. Well, what is -4 plus 4?
0.
0. And that's okay. Oh my gosh. You guys were stressing yourselves out, most of you saying, I'm doing it wrong. No, it's just 0. That's okay. For something to be equal to 0. That's fine. Okay? Because if it has a starting point at 0, we know it's what?
0.
Origin.
Starts with a P. Proportional. We know that it's proportional. So can I create my expression, my equation? Yes, and I promise you, this is not your expression. No, stop writing that. Okay, what are the only 2 variables that need values? Slope and y-intercept. So y stays the same. My slope gets replaced with 2, x plus 0. Could I also say that y is equal to 2x? I could, because adding 0 to something doesn't change the value of it, right? So those of you that kept getting -8 or +8, you have to be careful of your signs. Be careful of how you're going to get b by itself. Try this one. Good, 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 good. Try this one. Create a linear function, linear equation that has a slope of -3. That should be a -3. And goes through the point 3, -5. Has a slope of -3 and goes through the point 3, -5. Work this out. Use a graph or do it algebraically. I don't care, as long as you get the right answer. Ready, set, go. +4. Okay, y equals -3x plus 4. Okay, that should have been your final equation. If you solve this algebraically, y is equal to -5, x is equal to 3, m is equal to -3, and we're not sure what our b value is yet. So I can now plug in values that I know and solve. -3 times 3 is -9. I can add 9 to both sides to get b is equal to 4. That's where I got my y-intercept from. When you are creating equations, you only plug in values for your slope and your y-intercept. Those are the only two that gets values substituted in for the variable. So Jillian, I'm not sure what you were doing.
Well, I got the same answer. I just didn't put it into my equation.
Ah, okay, yeah, put it into the equation. We're going to do more of this stuff tomorrow.
Thank you for showing me.
Hope it helps.